Welcome to the channel, everyone. Let's get into some videos. Now that was obviously fake, but the question remains, has anybody actually crossed Antarctica, and when will humanity circumnavigate the Earth north to south?
مخيم جبالي شاهد الدموع يا سلام.
What devastation.
If you're new here, I usually talk about some pretty scary stuff, but today we need to talk about April 5th, 2025. There are a lot of rumors. Some say it's biblical. Others claim The Simpsons predicted it. But is something actually happening, or is it just another internet hoax? Yo, it all started when people noticed a strange pattern. April 5th keeps popping up in conspiracy theories, religious prophecies, and even pop culture predictions. Some say it's a day of global catastrophe. Others believe it's a spiritual awakening. And then there's The Simpsons prediction, which has a history of getting things right. In the Bible, April 5th is linked to major events in history, wars, disasters, even celestial shifts. People on TikTok are saying it's the day everything changes, but what's really weird is that certain government websites have pages about April 5th that keep disappearing. Do you think something is actually happening on April 5th, or is this just some other Y2K style panic? Yo, if you made it to the end, drop the double eye emoji in the comment section and follow for more deep dives into the weirdest mysteries on the internet.
The Simpsons have a long history of making predictions, some of them coming true. Is this something to pay attention to, or just a nothing burger?
We copy you down, Eagle. Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
My humble opinion is that they didn't go to the moon. Most of it was probably faked in the studio, and maybe even famous directors involved.
Just $10,000, you can buy the Luban cabin house. All houses are made in our factory. You don't have to renovate this, we have done everything for you. All fine decorations. With aircon and floor heating, it's like spring all year round. What you need, what we have. No more building houses, this is the future.
They want to put us in tiny little homes. Does this line up with the World Economics Forum of, in the future you will own nothing and be happy? I think it does.
No. No.
Even if you're a Trump fan, that's pretty funny.
This is a computer that I have built in Minecraft, and 6 months ago, I would have never anticipated how massive of an undertaking this would have been to complete. But 6 months later, this computer is reaching the final stages of its construction. So far, I have programmed the Fibonacci sequence to run on this computer. However, I want to take this much further. This isn't just a simple calculator. This is a full computer, fully programmable with machine code and soon assembly. The data registers are 32 bits. The RAM can store 256 lines of code that is stored in the 2 kilobytes of RAM. The CPU has 16 registers, a multiplication accelerator, and a division and modulo accelerator. All of this runs on vanilla Minecraft. Mods are only used to increase the performance of my computer that is running this monstrosity.
Now, I'm not sure what to make of this. It seems this young man has made a supercomputer inside a video game that can play other video games? Fascinating. Leave a comment below and tell me what you think about that.
Dad, so you make $10 million a year. That means you pay about $3.3 million in taxes every year. Do I look like I have stupid written across my head? I pay 0 taxes. How? First, I don't spend my money personally. I let my business pay for things legally. Travel, business expense. Meals, business expense. Even my luxury car, a tax-deductible business asset. That means before the government takes a penny, I'm reducing my taxable income. Second, instead of taking paychecks like a regular employee, I leverage business assets for loans because loans aren't taxed. And third, instead of selling investments, you use them as collateral and take loans. Again, loans are not taxed.
Wait, so wealthy people just keep recycling their money and avoid taxes legally?
Exactly, and it's not some mystery or secret. Everyone can learn this.
Where did you learn this?
I follow Andre Pennington on social media.
If you've ever wondered how the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, there's your answer.
Something strange is happening to the water in the seas. It is getting much farther away from the shores and is not coming back. In this footage, scuba divers were just caught at the moment when the water began to leave sharply. There are reports of the strange behavior of the seas from around the world. This is the empty shore of Thailand. Locals say they've never seen such a low tide. Next, the water moved away dramatically in Crimea and Turkey, and then Spain. The water just moved away from the shores and it's not coming back. Even off the coast of Africa, it's the same anomaly. In addition to tides, fish began to behave strangely. They massively gather in flocks and swim somewhere, and deep water individuals living at a depth of 3 kilometers rising to the surface. But what is the cause of this phenomenon? At first, it was associated with the moon because it affects the tides through gravity, but nothing has changed on the moon. Many suggest that this is all a harbinger of doomsday. Others generally think that something big has woken up at the bottom of the ocean and is causing the anomalies. What do you think is happening to the seas?
We're seeing a lot of strange behavior from the ocean these days, whether it's with UAPs or UFOs, or strange behavior from the wildlife. We're even getting stories of mermaids and celebrities. What's going on?
What if I told you that this movie not only exposed the truth about things going on in our world, but there was also a scene in the movie where they predicted events that could possibly take place in 2025. The fact that this movie came out in 1988 and we're in the year 2025 right now makes it even more scary. Director John Carpenter also explained his reasoning behind making the film and the message that he was trying to get across.
Matter of fact, right now it's even more true than it was then. We are manipulated by a lot of media around us. We are consumed by consumerism. And as you can see, the recent events in this country, they are still among us. They do live, indeed.
I personally love this movie. I think it makes some wild predictions and probably is a closer look at the power elite.
Well, a cop just left my house. Probably be going to jail after this one when he comes back, but he come down the driveway and pulled in. He said, "I'm here to search your property for illegal growing of herbs. We've had some tips." I mean, you know what herbs are, I'm assuming. But anyway, I said, "I ain't growing nothing, but you can search the property, I don't care. But I wouldn't go in that pasture behind the house." Well, that pissed him off. He said, "I can do whatever I want to. You see this badge? It means I can go and do what I want to do." I said, "Well, that's fine, but I don't agree with you, but go ahead. I'm not doing anything wrong. But I still wouldn't go in that pasture." Yeah, he was getting madder and madder. I said, "Fine, do whatever you want to do. Just, I'm going to go do what I'm doing. I'll be back if you need anything." So, I mean, I wasn't doing much. I was just piddling around. I see him go back behind the house. It's like, this ain't going to be good. He goes back there. It ain't very long. I can hear him. He's hollering. I walk around back. He's running across the pasture. The bull is right on his ass. Well, I tried to tell him, but guess I need to go down there and help him before it gets bad. So I run to the fence. I look at him, that bull's right on his ass, just about to catch him. It's like, "Hey, show him your badge. Show him your badge. That'll make him stop." If you like that, tell me where you're from. Don't forget to like and follow.
You know, it's good to be humble in life.
This is why you always check your trailers before you leave. It looks clear, you can't really see anything, but this is what's on top of it. Pure ice. Imagine that going through someone's windshield at 100 kilometers an hour down the highway. Kill someone with just this. So I refused to take this trailer until someone comes and cleans it off, because we don't have the ability to do that here. And that's also why you should never tailgate a truck, especially in the wintertime. You never know what's going to fly off that trailer. Split second and you're done. So be safe out there.
Now, I chose to put this in here because it raises awareness. I do see people on the highway tailgating semis in the winter. It seems like a really bad idea.
Well, people keep sending me this meme on the Instagram DMs there, wondering if this is fact or cap, if Canadians actually buy our peanut butter like this. And come on, are you guys serious? Of course this is a fact. You guys don't buy your peanut butter like this? It comes in nice little trays with saran wrap on it. We put it in the fridge. It gets nice and brittle. You can break off chunks, put it on your toast. It melts, and it's perfect. If you're buying your peanut butter any way besides this, you're doing it wrong.
Now, no one's eating peanut butter that way, but when you get into the rural areas of Canada, some of these smaller towns, people tend to do things for themselves. Is that the case here?
This is the biggest tree in the world. There are trees that are taller, and there's trees that are wider. But General Sherman is the biggest by volume. This means it contains the most wood, and is estimated to weigh 4.2 million pounds. With a height of 274 feet and a diameter of 36.5 feet at the base, General Sherman is estimated to be 2,200 years old. General Sherman is in Sequoia National Park, along with many other ancient and giant trees. Sequoia roots grow shallow but very wide, and not all of them survive windstorms. The sequoias have survived hundreds of fires throughout the centuries, and even a tree like this can still continue to grow. There's also trees you can walk into, and trees you can walk through, and pop out the other side. There's even a fallen hollow tree, and you can walk through the whole thing. This is the inside of a tree.
Wintertime was perfect because there was no crowds, so make sure you plan your trip before summer.
Did you see the excitement on his face? To be standing inside of a tree, that man was having the day of his life. Very interesting, though.
Here are a few metaphysical secrets. Don't ask why, just follow them. 1. If you always feel like everything is going wrong, carry a handful of salt in your pocket. 2. If you have nightmares repeatedly at night, place a coin under your pillow. 3. If you need to do something very important but feel panicked, take 3 deep breaths and silently repeat 3 times in your mind, I feel good. 4. If you've been arguing with people lately, sprinkle a bowl of clean water in front of your door before leaving. 5. If you feel low, unlucky, and unmotivated to do anything, stop doing things temporarily. Go to a place with water and grass, lie on the grass, and bask in the sunlight. Friend, I wish you smooth sailing in everything. May Tao's abundant grace flow endlessly.
Now, I have no idea if these actually work, but can't hurt to try, right?
The first scientist finally made his way down the cylinder shaft all the way to the 2 chambers at the bottom, and what he discovered in his reporting back is not only going to blow your mind, it's going to change science as we know it forever. They were going to send an AI robot down the cylinder shaft, but a doctor, one of the archaeologists, Dr. Remy Demi, said, nope, send me, because there might be some complexities or sequencers that we have to navigate, and we need a human to be able to do it. And so they packed him plenty of food, they gave him a camelback and some prime energy drinks, and they sent him down. It took him about a week to get down. And he's saying that the stairs, the precision of the stairs, he doesn't know how ancient Egyptians had that technology. And he did say it spiraled down. But when he got down to the bottom chamber, he said one of them was full of a pool of a deep blue color. And there was a bunch of perfectly preserved bodies floating in it. He said you can even see the color of their irises. And there was a strong desire that he had to get in the water himself. He said it was super alluring, but he refused and fought it. But what happened next is crazy.
Well, that was absolutely fake news. This guy has completely made up the whole story. He barely even tried, making up names like Dr. Remy Dremy.
Wait, can I get your name and badge number? Wait. Stop. What? Ooh. You want a treat?
He's lucky that cop is a good sport.
So if the Earth rotates around the sun once a year, and in that one rotation there are 365 little rotations, representing 1 day per little rotation, equating to 365 with one large rotation, and 365 divided by 28 is 13. So you mean to tell me that we could equally split a year into 13 equal months, every month having 28 days. The beginning of the month starts on a Monday, the end of the month ends on a Sunday. And hold the phone, because you're telling me that September, sept meaning 7, October, oct meaning 8, but it's the 10th month, November, nov meaning 9, but it's the 11th month, and December, but it's the 12th month, and decagon is 10. But hold on, what if the end of the year wasn't in December? What if January was the 11th month, because December would be the 10th, November would be the 9th, October would be the 8th, September would be the 7th, so January is the 11th, February is the 12th, and March is the 13th, the last month of the year. And the beginning of the year is the spring equinox, when everything begins to start growing and renewing, and life begins to flourish. Wouldn't it make sense that that would be the beginning of the year, and not December? I don't know, what do y'all think?
We could have a year equally separated by 28 days each month. What this man failed to mention is that there would be 1 day left over. We could just tack it on the end as a free-for-all. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. We'll see you next time. Thanks for coming.